In this video, we will solve a problem on how to find joint profit of two firms given their cost functions and the market demand function. The question is like this. Market demand function is P is equal to 100 minus 0.5 Q. This is the market demand function where Q is equal to Q1 plus Q2. That means output of firm 1 and output of firm 2. Cost functions of the two firms are being given us. C1 is equal to 5Q1. This is the cost function of firm 1. C2 is equal to 0.5 Q2 square is the cost function of second firm. We have to find out the joint profit. Okay. Now, uh, you know, if these two firms collide, okay, then what will be their total profit? Let us write it here. So total profit will be equal to, I denote total profit by pi, which will be equal to pi 1, that means profit of firm first plus profit of firm second. Okay, so pi 1 plus pi 2 gives us the profit of the two firms. Okay, and I can write it like this. Now we know P is the price and Q is the total output produced in this market. Okay, so this will denote the total revenue of the two firms. To this we will subtract the cost of firm 1 and cost of firm second. Okay, and this P is as it is. Now Q we know is equal to Q1 plus Q2. Okay, also we know that cost functions are being given us as minus 5 C1 is Q1, then we have minus 0.5 Q2 square. Okay, simple thing. This is the total revenue of the two firms and this denotes the total cost of the two firms. We know profit is equal to revenue minus cost. So this is revenue and this is the cost. Now what is P? P is being given us is 100 minus 0.5 and Q is Q1 plus Q2. So in place of Q I will write Q1 plus Q2. Okay, to this we multiply this Q1 plus Q2, Q1 plus Q2. Okay, then we have minus 5 Q1 minus 0.5 Q2 square. Okay, now let's try to solve this stuff. So we have here 100 minus 0.5 Q1 minus 0.5 Q2, and to this we have to multiply this Q1 plus Q2. Okay, then we have minus 5 Q1 minus 0.5 Q2 square. Okay, I hope I am making sense here. Now we need to multiply these two terms to this expression individually. So I can write it like this. 100 into Q1 is 100 Q1. Then we have minus 0.5 Q1 square, Q1 square. Then we have minus 0.5 Q1 into Q2, Q1 into Q2. Okay, then we have to multiply by this Q2. So then we have plus Q2 into 100 is 100 Q2. Then we have minus 0.5 sorry, this is 0.5 Q1 into Q2, Q1 into Q2. Then we have minus 0.5 Q2 square, and then subtract this minus 5 Q1 minus 0.5 Q2 square. Okay, so let us see if we have some like terms. We have 100 Q1, here we have minus 5 Q1 square. So 100 minus 5 is 95 Q1. Okay, do we have any other term similar here? So I don't think there is any other term which is which are the like terms here. But let me see if I have done the calculation pretty right or not. So for this, let me check this out. So we have 0.5 q2 square, and here we have 0.5 q2 square. So I can add them also here. Okay, so let me write it here. Then we have minus 0.5 q1 square. Then I will write this minus 0.5 minus 0.5 is minus q2 square. Then we have minus 0.5 q1 q2, sorry, minus 0.5 q1 q2. So we have these two terms also similar, so this becomes q1 q2 only. And then we have 100 q2s. Okay, so 100 q2. Okay, I hope I am doing this calculation right here. So this is the total profit. Now first order condition for profit maximization requires, so first order condition for profit maximization requires d pi upon dq1. So partial derivative of profit function with respect to q1 should be equal to 0. Okay, which implies taking derivative of this function with respect to q1, so we are left with 95 only. Then no, here we have q1, so 2 into 0.5 is this comes out to be q1 only. And here we have q1, so we have minus q2, which is equal to 0. Similarly, taking derivative, how do I write it here? So second condition is d pi upon dq2. That means profit with respect to quantity 2 should be equal to 0, which implies, let's take the derivative this time with respect to q2. No q2, no q2, here we have q2. So let me write this first. So we have 100, the derivative of q2 is 1, so we are left with 100. Here we have q2, so its derivative is 1, we are left with, okay, so derivative of, here it is q2, because we were taking derivative partially with respect to q1, so we are left with q2. Here we are left with q1. Then we have q2 square, so this comes out to be, derivative of q2 square is minus 2 q2, it is equal to 0. Now what we need to do, we just need to solve these two functions for q1 and q2. Okay, so how can I write it here? So is there any way to make the coefficient of any of the two terms same, any of the two equations same? So we have q2 here, q2, so let me multiply this equation by 2. So what will we get here? So we get 95 into 2 is 2 5s are 10, 2 9s are 18, 18 tage 19, 190 minus 2 q2 minus q2. Then we have this equation, 100 minus q1. Okay, I guess I have done some mistake here. Okay, we were having first we had 95 q1, then derivative of this was obviously q1. Okay, so we have, okay, to cut it short, I have calculated this value here. Let me write it here. When you solve these two equations, you will get the value of q1 is equal to 90, okay, and q2 is equal to 5. Okay, so just solve these two linear equations, you will get q1 is equal to 90 and q2 is equal to 5. Then what is the price? Now we know p is equal to this function. So p is equal to 100 minus 0.5 and q1 plus q2 in place of q, so we have q1 plus q2. Okay, so we will get 100 minus 0.5, q1 plus q2 is 90 plus 5, solve this out, you will get 52.5 as the price. Okay, I cannot solve here because I don't have, you know, space. Now joint profit will be equal to, so total profit will be equal to, just plug the value of q1, q2 and p uh, in this equation. Okay, so p is equal to 52.5, 52.5. Now we have q1 plus q2 is 90 plus 5, which is 100. Sorry, 90 plus 5 is 95, minus 5 q1, which we got here 90, then q2 5 q1 minus 0.5 q2 square. So q2 we got 5, so this is 5 square, q2 square is 5 square, which is 25. Solve this out, you will get profit is 4525. Okay, so I am really sorry I cannot do the calculation here. Simple thing, we were told to find out the joint profit of the firms. So total profit will be equal to profit of a firm first, profit of firm second. This p into q denotes the total profit of the two firms, and these, you know, minus c1 minus c2 denote the total cost of the two firms. When we solve this, we got an expression like this, and when we rearrange this, we got this joint profit function. Now the first order condition for profit maximization requires we take the derivative of this profit function partially with respect to q1 and then with respect to q2 and set them equal to 0 and solve them simultaneously to get the value of q1 is 90 and q2 is 5. Okay, then simply just plug these two values q1 and q2 in this price function to get the value of price. After getting q1, q2 and p, just plug these values into the profit function to get the joint profit. Okay, I hope I make myself clear in this video. Thank you.